Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are here. I am here with a couple members of the Madden Elite CFM. Above me, we have Dresmith Jr.
What's going on?
Next to him, we have Julian, and
Like,
below Julian, we have the icon for Rambo. So
What
Rambo
up?
is
What
joining
up?
us by voice today, so we don't get to see his pretty face, just the other thing. So it's all good though. There we have quite a few different things to look at and discuss today. It is an exciting time right now. Next Gen Madden officially launched. I know a lot of our guys have the PS5 already. Not everybody though. There's still a handful of people trying to snag one, and I think we will hear from two of them on that tonight, because a couple guys in this call still trying to get one of those beloved consoles. It's had a nice way of eluding them, but it'll get easier to get. It'll get easier to get. Maybe Santa will be generous. Um, Really, the first topic though that we have on today's agenda, it is the topic of basically next gen Madden. When we talk about Next Gen Madden, it officially launched today. The game is out, and a lot of our guys have played it. I know Dresmith has spent a lot of time playing Next Gen Madden. What's your take on it, man? What do you think?
um, I I personally love it. First impressions. At first you're like, God, it feels so slow, but you're just so used to playing the old gen and the programmed player movement that you're like, oh, you don't know what you're looking at. But about 3-4 games in, all of a sudden, moves just feel more fluid. The player movement feels more fluid. You notice, guys running routes. Everybody runs it differently. You can't just man up somebody with somebody super fast and they're going to lock them up just because they're faster. You can't just put somebody out there who's super fast to run a route and they're just going to beat the defender because they're faster. Like ratings matter, and
Yeah,
I love it just off that. Strictly, just that by itself makes it great. And then obviously you got the graphic improvement. Sideline looks better. The crowd, it looks better. I love it. I'm
yeah,
happy with it.
yeah,
And it's only going to get better from here. Like this is the free game they gave us after we already bought the old gen. So they didn't put all the resources they could have put in it. But
yeah,
when Madden 22 comes out and they've been working on next gen the whole year, it's going to be bananas. So
yeah.
I'm excited to see what they did during a pandemic, giving us a free game. So yeah.
Two things that really stuck out to me in my little bit of playtime with Next Gen. Number one, the play calling. I've seen a couple of people kind of speak ill about the play calling in this new Gen Madden because they've kind of redone the play calling system. I personally like it, and something that surprised me that I totally was not expecting. I figured it would kind of just be like a rework of the layout. You know how you can go in and you can like base your play call off like formation or like play concept. You can go in and base the play call specifically off of the player that you want to utilize. So if there's a player that you wanted to target and work into your offense, you can call plays specifically around that player. So
That's awesome.
yeah, that's something that I definitely was not expecting. I seen some people kind of speak bad a bit about. I apologize. I got stuff going on in the background right now, but I see. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, my wife is messing with me right now.
I'm waiting for mine to come out.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I seen some people kind of bashing on man defense. Is that something that you notice? Do you notice anything
Um,
about the play coverage?
I mean, not anything that like didn't surprise me. Like I think we talked a little bit before we went
Yeah,
live. I run a lot of defense. I bring a lot of pressure. I figure, for the most users, you play pressure bust pipes, and then if I'm playing somebody who's good, I'll adjust. And anything I got beat on, I was like, it makes sense that I got beat on it. Like I was telling you, I was trying to guard Stephon Diggs one on one,
yeah,
Reg's game earlier, and Stephon Diggs is pretty impossible to guard in real life one-on-one unless you have Jalen Ramsey or Stephon Gilmore, so I shouldn't be able just to cover him with man coverage with Shaquille Griffin because he's fast. So it was refreshing to see him get beat that much and me have to think in my head, okay, this is an elite receiver with elite route running and elite footwork, elite change of direction. I need to cater my defense to cover that versus, I run this defense every time I play this game because it works. I'm just going to run it every time. And that, to me, that was fine. I know a lot of people, they want to be able to do exactly what they did in the old game in the new game with all new graphics and an all new engine. And that's just not how Madden has ever worked. It's never going to work that way. That's not how anything works in life. So I'm fine with it.
I feel like every new Madden, I always try to go back to like my bread and butter from the previous Madden, and I always find it never works the same way. Like there's still things from like 5 Maddens ago. Like every new Madden, I try to see if it works. But something you talking about the whole conversation about Stephon Diggs. Like my takeaway to that is ratings matter. And that is something that I know they've really been pushing for the last few releases, and it's nice to see.
That'll get rid of these absurd trades that occur in some CFM leagues. So that's real good.
Yeah. Like I know in another league that I'm in, I got the Chiefs. And before the game came out, and people were hitting me up so quick, hey, are you trading McCole Hardman? He's 97 speed. Are you trading McCole Hardman? And then this morning when the game came out, folks was playing it. Those trade offers started disappearing because he's fast, but he's just fast. Like I'm not going to give a first round pick and an 85. You know what I mean? Like people, you see some of these crazy trades. Oh, let me get McCole Hardman and John Ross. I can run perfect post routes and perfect out routes with them. That's just not the case anymore. You can run them. They're going to look sloppy. They're going to look, goofy footed. It's just, it makes sense. Devontae Adams doesn't have to be 99 speed to be good. His elite route running makes him good.
That makes sense.
I look forward to seeing it. And then, in addition, running backs, running the ball on the new game has been interesting because I'm seeing it doesn't have to be the fastest running back also. I've seen people break long runs with 88 overall running backs. Le'Veon Bell, I saw someone hit a draw with him and get 20 yards. Like, you just don't see that on the old game because he's 87 speed or whatever. So it's just cool to see that kind of stuff happen. Obviously, it's not a perfect game. I'm not going to say it's a perfect game, but it's a patch or two away from being playable, like very, very good playable right now. And again, I just haven't seen a Madden come out on a new console first time and it's ready to go like that. So,
Madden knows right now that they got to step it up because they're starting to get competitors out there. There's new games coming out and they gotta fix what they had going on. So I think right now is the change we're gonna see from them.
Yeah. I've seen the Maximum Football game and what's the other one? X's?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Maximum. It's pretty cool.
I haven't played any of those.
They're not great games, but they cater to a specific audience.
Yeah.
So,
it's more for like sim people.
Yeah.
Not like gameplay guys.
My heart still breaks over NCAA football. So Xbox is supposed to be able to play like previous games, right? From like old generations.
Yeah.
I wonder if they can go back and play the NCAA game and like run like leagues.
If they can, somebody will mod it and make it happen.
I mean,
yeah, for sure. Because that game is still popular.
Yeah. I still occasionally see people recruiting for it and crap. But you guys had mentioned about trades a little bit ago. That really brings us into like the next topic that we really have, and that is the trade rules of the league. Spend a little bit of time talking about the trade rules. And then also looking at some of the trade blocks that have been posted around the league. But originally, um, originally we were only going to be allowed one trade a season. We were originally only going to be allowed one trade a season, and the trade rules, they've kind of been tweaked a little bit, and we've increased it to guys being allowed two a season. How do you guys think that will affect the league with guys being allowed two trades? One trade, I think, would really create a culture where everyone's trying to maximize their trades to the like ninth degree, you know? I think guys be a lot more cautious with their trades. I still kind of think that two a season will kind of foster that same environment, but I know a lot of leagues, they just trade whatever, whenever, no limit on it, you know? What's your guys' thoughts?
My initial thoughts was for that first season, the teams that are really, really good are going to stay really, really good because with the limited trades and the roster flexibility, a team like the Lions might be kind of stuck with that roster. You know, they can only make one move. But at the same time, isn't that kind of what we want if we're a realism-based, online league? Shouldn't the Chiefs and the Ravens be the best teams in the game?
Yeah.
Right? If you're going to be good with the Lions or a lower-tier team first year, you need to be a really good user. So I see both sides of that. But I definitely don't like I definitely prefer this than like free-for-all trades where, after 2 weeks, Pat Mahomes is on the Vikings and Dalvin Cook is a Chief and Justin Jefferson got traded for Pringle, and it's all craziness going on. So it'll be interesting.
It turns kind of to a fantasy draft league where everyone's all over the place.
Mm-hmm. And then people make those crazy trades, and they leave the league, and then someone new joins, and the commissioner is trying to figure out how to fix negative $45 million in cap penalties, and
nobody wants to take the team on. It changes, it messes up a lot of stuff.
Exactly. So I'm cool. I think for the most part we're cool with it. No one sounds like they're just adamant, like, oh my God, I want to be able to trade 37 times. I feel like everyone in this league is pretty mature about, okay, I got one trade. I'm going to make the best of that trade during the season. And then I get one trade in the off season. I'm going to make the best of that trade in the off season.
I know originally when it was listed as just one trade a season, that I did see a little bit of backlash against that. I did see a couple of guys speaking against that, but we bumped it up to two. And for clarity, there is a mistake on the overlay image below. I'm just now noticing it. It says OG 2 trades a season, increased to 2 trades. So I apologize about the mishap on the overlay if you're looking at that. You guys in the call can't see it, but people will. So speaking of like trades and all of that, there are a handful of people that have already kind of posted their trade blocks or some info on their trade blocks. Not a lot. There's not been a lot of talk, but there has been some talk. And I myself, I think I'm one of the ones that first kicked it off. Immediately looking at my roster, I'm thinking, who can I trade? And honestly, I don't really feel I have a lot of freedom in who I can trade. The Buccaneers cap situation, it's a little murky. So I'm looking at guys basically, okay, who do I not want to re-sign to save my cap?
Yeah.
And when I look at it, there's one guy that sticks out to me above like anyone else said. Like I'm like, okay, I got to get rid of this guy. It's a little bittersweet. Levante David, 90 plus overall middle linebacker. Dude's like 30 years old already. So I know in these CFMs, guys, like 30's a bad number, right?
Yeah.
I've done a few sims though, and he always seems to stick around a handful of seasons. And like we're starting like halfway through the cycle. So I would venture to say that Levante David should have good value to his name still. Like I know that 30 in a lot of these CFMs, like it lowers the value, but like how many seasons do you guys think we're gonna run? My guess is probably like 3, and I would say like you're guaranteed at least 2 seasons out of Levante David, you'd think, right? What do you guys think?
I'm thinking you could do that.
Yeah, that's a problem sometimes. You don't know how many seasons you'll last. This season, the league will last, so it's hard to build without knowing the extent
Yeah.
of the league.
I definitely feel like the league would go at minimum 3 years.
Yeah.
3 seasons.
I think if we hit anything less than 3 seasons, I think would be a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, you're not gonna keep a group like that.
The first couple seasons,
we're definitely gonna go 3. But as far as Levante David's value, it just depends on. I don't know how this group reacts to people's age. Like you said, he's still good. He'll be good for this season and another new season. But some people just see that 30 and they're like, they don't want to touch it with the yardstick. So yeah, I guess we'll see from there. It just depends on how. Especially, are we going to have dynamic regression turned on?
That would be a question for Brad. I am.
That function is actually kind of broken right now, so I don't recommend it till they fix it.
It's tough. It's tough for sure. I turned it on in one of my leagues, and people who like devved up the superstar or X factor from how they played the previous season, you simulate a week and then they went right back down because the game's trying to balance how many total superstars and X factors and stars you have in the league with that dynamic regression. So you're not just getting the old guys going down, you're getting the 22, 23-year-old guys going down. I would recommend having that off too, but if that's going to be off, that boosts Levante David even more. I don't know. Maybe you'll get a second or third round pick for him.
Second or third round pick, man. Give me more love than that. I'm gonna get more out of them. I'm a ninja. I'm a ninja when it comes to trading. Trust me, I'm gonna get more out of them. I'm gonna rip someone off real good.
He makes a lot of money. Whoever trades for him is going to have to be prepared to pay him $10 million a year. So
I don't care if the person who gets them from me resigns them. Like, it's fine. I'll get my pick, okay, and then hopefully they don't even consider the cap situation. It's fine though. The next trade, that part will not be in the clip that we end up making. But the next trade that we have to block we have to look at. I feel like I'm fishing for drama here a little bit. Teddy Bridgewater, the Teddy Bridgewater saga in Carolina. It is done before it begins.
That's kind of wild for me because whoever the owner of the Panthers is instantly starting their franchise with one hand behind their back. Teddy has $60 million guaranteed.
Yeah,
he's on the hook for. There's no way.
And they've already got McCaffrey locked up to a crazy deal.
So, in his defense, I didn't see him post where he's looking to ship out Bridgewater, but I did see him post basically saying, "Send me a QB." Well, you guys think about Bridgewater in the game? Is he a bomb?
He's manageable.
Yeah,
he's manageable. If you have to use him, you can use him. But just that contract. There's certain QBs in the game that you just can't move, or you're one hand tied behind your back. Like if I got the Eagles and I hate Carson Wentz, I'm gonna have to figure out how to love Carson Wentz because that's $65 million guaranteed. If I hate Mahomes because in high school he did something to me in real life, I'm not trading him in that $400 million contract. So
listen. Some things you just got to get over. If you have a chance to get Mahomes as the quarterback on your team, you make it happen. So I mentioned you guys might. Okay, never mind. But Mahomes is ridiculous. So I was in Julian's league for a hot minute, right? And the team I had was the Browns, right? And the Browns owner must have gave the Chiefs guy his soul because he had Mahomes, and it was nice. My first drive with Mahomes, right? Like I'm just dinking and dunking, right? Just short passes the entire drive to set him up for that next drive, right? Make him commit to that short pass game, right? That second drive, I come out first play of the game. OBJ long bomb, one play touchdown. It was beautiful. He just did it so effortlessly. Patrick Mahomes, he's
Oh, yeah, he's a
on
monster.
he's
I
on
mean,
another level.
he's definitely the best QB in the game, for sure.
They need to create a rating higher than 99 for him.
I have a question when it comes to trades and stuff, though. With the new update, in addition to dynamic regression we talked about, you can now customize your abilities. You're no longer locked in with certain abilities on players. And that's going to affect value depending on the rules on that. So do we have any info on if I can go in with Lamar, take off that Trues or whatever that ability is and give him Omaha and Route Master?
We need to do something like that.
Honestly, I don't have an answer for you on that. That is an answer for Brett. That is something that we should definitely hit him up about and see what he thinks about it. My inclination, feeling like I know Brett, I don't think we will have rules on it. I could be totally wrong and off on that, right? But my gut says probably not. But that's not my place to make that call. And ultimately, I don't care either way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Well, if we don't know, what do you guys feel about that change? Do you feel like it's a plus in the game? Do you feel like it makes everyone just edit the abilities to all the same things?
I think it's a bad move. I don't think that they should have put that on.
They're gonna have a setting for that. In the January update, they're gonna update it for only commissioner only setting. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
Can you, if that's the case, can you find a link to where that's being said and send that to me?
I mean, there's not like an article set, but they were talking about it in the live streams when they included that new feature.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about it in the next update. They're gonna add some commissioner tools and more depth into commissioner power.
My big reason for saying I don't like it is I think it's going to be a nightmare to track, right? Like, how do you police that? And how do you know right before my game I'm not going in, changing an ability, and right after my game setting it back, right?
There's no way right now to track it.
It doesn't show up in the transactions log. So you almost have to put no rule on it, because this is I hate to say it, right? But let's be honest, the CFM community, I don't trust the CFM community, okay? Guys are going to take whatever advantage they can take to get the win, right? So
somebody will. They will. They'll do it.
I mean, I honestly don't think there should be a rule on it. I think that, it's been in MUT forever that you can, kind of pick your abilities, and it's a cost balance. What I liked about it was you couldn't just go in and give the 5 best abilities. There was a call, if I wanted Escape Artist, I couldn't put on this. If I wanted Hot Rap Master, I couldn't put on this other thing. If I wanted, so you have to give up something. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
If you could just put, the best abilities on one person at all times, I feel like that makes it kind of ugh. But you can kind of cater to your style. If I want to run a lot of zone on my corners, I'm going to put zone abilities. If I'm going to run a lot of man, I'm going to put a lot of man abilities. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like it adds a layer, and it also gives value to superstars who come default on the game with just bad abilities. A running back I can think of is what's his name? Kamar. Kamar is a really good running back, but only at receiving because of his abilities. He's got satellite and running back apprentice. Mm-hmm. But if I could go in and give him jukebox or evasive, now I add another element to his game. I kind of compensate for that 89 speed. Lamar Jackson has trues, which I know is cool because that's his little word and he doesn't fumble, but who wants that? But if I can go put Omaha on him, now I just elevated his value. You know what I'm saying? And it's even better for the lower tier players.
An ability that everyone's going to take advantage of, that punt return specialist. That punt return specialist. Everybody's going to have punt return specialists on their guys.
Because it's ridiculous.
I 100% guarantee if someone has a route receiver with an ability slot, they're going to put route tech on them if they can. That's one of the ones you just really want to have. And I think it's cool that everyone who has a superstar, they got a route receiver who has that ability. So you have to game plan for that. instead of just going in and saying, "Oh, I don't have to worry about him in man coverage because he has mid and elite." Like, so yeah, I like it.
The next trade block that we have to look at, it piggybacks right off of the previous one, and that is the future of Jared Goff. The future of Jared Goff seems to be a little bit uncertain. Do you guys know what the cap situation looks like on Goff? Has he got his big contract yet?
It's bad.
Yes,
I'm the Rams. I'm the Rams.
Well,
okay, go ahead.
I'm the Rams in my league. I was stuck with Goff for at least 3 seasons. Yeah, 2 seasons. I was stuck with him for 2 seasons.
Like in the trade block channel, right? The Panthers owner, he posts send QBs, right? So that's why the Bridgewater saga is over before it begins. And then our Rams owner, he pops in. He's like, just poses the question, right? Goff. So I don't really think there's too much to talk about on this one. Like,
it's not possible. For him, financially, it's not recommended to do.
Yeah. The next trade block we have to look at, it's one I think we may have something to talk about. The Seattle Seahawks. Our Seahawks owner, Dresmith here. He posts in the trade block channel.
I'm not the Seahawk owner.
Oh, I got confused. Yeah, I got confused. We were going to have our Seahawks owner on with us, but unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it. So that's why I had planned to specifically address our Seahawks owner, but unfortunately, he's no longer. He's not able to be with us. But the Seattle Seahawks, they post right in the trade block channel. Seahawks not named Adams, Metcalf, or Wilson. So it sounds like everybody is on the block. The only people that he's not open to trading is Adams, Metcalf, and Wilson.
So he's going to get rid of Griffin.
I want Griffin.
Sounds like he's open to it, but I mean, does that mean that he's really going to trade him? I mean, I know in leagues before I've listed, like in the past, like I'll trade anybody but this guy, but that doesn't necessarily mean I am going to do it, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that a deal can be worked out, right?
Yeah, but it's cool to see he's entertaining because there's a lot of talent on the team that's not off limits. Adams, Metcalf, Wilson. There's a lot of stuff that's still there. Lockett. Bobby Wagner, both Griffin brothers, all those 3 running backs he has. Quandre Diggs is a nice little piece. Trey Flowers is a nice piece. I mean, there's talent over there, so I think that's interesting that he put his core, who he's not giving up, and he's open to move a lot of stuff. But again, since he only gets 1 trade or 2 trades, so he's got to make them count. So who's going to come in with that crazy package to get Bobby Wagner, or who's going to come in with that package to get Tyler Lockett? It'd be interesting to watch for sure.
Yeah.
What do y'all think that the Seahawks need? Like, if he has those 3 on the untouchable, anyone else can go. What do you think he's looking to improve?
So when I trade, like the main thing I'm thinking in my head, the way my head works is draft stock, improve the draft stock. And like, even if like, anytime you can improve your draft stock, it's a win, because like draft stock, it's more than just like a pick. It's currency, right? It's currency that you can turn around and use for other players. But I'm real big on draft stock. Like you throw a 1st round pick at me and you can have my soul.
I mean, for the team that he has that's already constructed and keeping those 3 players, I feel like he's gonna get that draft capital and he's gonna want some linemen. Because he's going to want that protection to throw that ball deep to Lockett or to Metcalf.
How does their O-line look this cycle?
Let's open up Madden and look. Give me a second.
Dre, I know you've rolled with them. Do you recall how their Do you recall how their O-line looked?
Terrible. It's horrendous. There's nothing good on it. Nothing. Russell runs for his life, so he might want to improve that. But I don't know what he's gonna. how good he wants to, because you can't, it's hard to improve it with one piece, because I don't think any team's going to trade multiple good offensive linemen, even for Bobby Wagner. Offensive line is just too valuable. You're going to want an offensive line with ability too. So, but as far as needs, offensive line's number one. Defensive line is probably number two. So that's probably where he's going to go. If it was me looking at the squad.
Yeah.
But he should really just run it the way it is. It's a really well constructed team.
So
a lot of talent, a lot of speed.
To kind of like close out the discussion on trades, I think there is a monster in the room that in past cycles a lot of CFM guys haven't really considered, because I feel like it's been easy to navigate. This cycle, though, I don't know about your guys' experience this cycle, but I feel like it has been an absolute nightmare. I know I mentioned I had been in Julian's league for a hot minute earlier this cycle. The monster I'm talking about, he came out of the closet, and I had to deal with him a little bit, and that's basically the salary cap. My time with the Browns in Julian's league, the salary cap was horrendous. I think when I finally got the team ready to go at the start of the season, I was sitting at like 46 guys on the roster. And I've noticed that seems to be a problem that's affecting a lot of teams this cycle, the salary cap. Do you guys feel that it's more of an issue this cycle than it has been in last cycles, or is that just something that, like, I don't know, I've just had bad luck with this cycle?
It's a game issue. For example, in every second season of any league, like every single team has almost negative cap rule. If you go sim, I don't know why.
I disagree big time. I don't think salary cap is a big deal if the owner's paying attention.
Yeah.
I mean, the only teams that I know that run into really bad cap trouble are teams that in real life are going to run into really bad cap trouble. That's the Falcons.
Yeah.
The Eagles. Those two teams, they've guaranteed so much money to players that you can't kind of get out of that hole and keep your stars. But that's the key, right? And keep your stars. So what you run into is a lot of owners are still going to try to re-sign that offensive line that's $10 million a year, and you have to let them go. Like, you have to look at your salary and say, I got to let them go. You got to cut those players who, maybe they're 90, but if you cut them, it gives you $13 million in savings, and you need that to fill out your roster. Those are real life issues. The Falcons gave Julio Jones and Matt Ryan, I think 50% of Georgia in their contract. So you're stuck with that. Big Ben has a really big contract for Pittsburgh. You're stuck with that even as he gets old and regresses. I got Aaron Rodgers. I'm stuck with him. After year one, he regresses pretty hard sometimes. I'm stuck with his contract. I can't just cut him. That's just not how football works. But what you get is a lot of people who cut him anyway or trade him anyway, and then week 17 off season, they're hitting the commissioner up. Hey guys, I have negative $15 million in cap space, and I don't know what happened. So I think you guys, the commissioner, could come out and say, hey, you're responsible for your cap. We're not here for the tiers. If you got 40 people on your roster, that's on you. Let's play.
Yeah.
And that's how it should be, is on the owner. I totally
agree.
But the only team that I've noticed, the biggest problem, you guys can go look on that PS4 right now, check it out, is the Saints.
Yeah.
Okay. The Saints are in a bad predicament. And it's no way around it. You're going to have to release good players unless you're just trading away guys for nothing. And it's the only way you can fix that team.
Do you guys follow the OMFL at all?
Mm-mm.
No.
So it's a Madden league. They put out a lot of YouTube content. Their commissioner, he streams all of his games. He's a Saints fan. And so basically he's like streaming all of his games, and basically just like listening to him gripe about the Saints salary cap is glorious. I think they're in like year 2 or something, and he's got like nobody on the roster.
Yeah.
I think he's rolling with like a 50 overall quarterback that he got in like the 5th round or something, because he missed out on one earlier.
Madden really screwed up the Saints cap this year. If you go look at it, none of the numbers are correct for any of the contracts.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did that on purpose or they just missed it and didn't care.
I know Dre mentioned that if you pay attention to your cap, you'll be good. And like I agree with that. I think if you're in the CFM, like something that you should always have in your mind in any of your moves is your salary cap. Like
I don't think Rambo was saying that you don't have to keep an eye on. I think he was saying that they're just not matching the real life numbers. However the algorithm put it in the game, it doesn't match perfectly. Because I don't think they figured out how to put guaranteed money into contracts. The way they do in renegotiations. I don't think they figured out how to do that yet. That's supposed to be coming in a future update, maybe in January. But they haven't figured out how to put it in yet. So you're kind of forced to make decisions. Like with the Saints, I know when I had them in the league, when the cycle first started, Ramzik, you got to let Ramzik walk in free agency. That sucks. Yeah. You got to let Lattimore walk in free agency. That sucks. But at the same time, you keep Kamara, you keep Michael Thomas, you keep Cam Jordan. You kind of build around that. So you got to kind of pick your poison there. I'd rather have Kamara and Michael Thomas than Ramzik and Marshawn Lattimore, even though it hurts to see him go. So yeah.
I know with the Buccaneers, like I feel like they're in a tough cap situation, but I've run like multiple test CFMs to get a feel for like what my cap situation is going to look like, and I feel like I know who I can sign and who I can't. I feel like I know who I need to let walk and who I need to make an effort to sign. Like I love Antonio Brown. I want to keep Antonio Brown, but Antonio Brown's going to be a free agent in the offseason, so
he's got to go. I think Leonard Fournette's got to go too.
I'm making no effort for Leonard Fournette.
I just wish there was a way in Madden. Hopefully they come out with PS5 where you can front or backload a contract. Make it easier for yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll come. We'll see.
I wouldn't hold my breath, to be honest.
Either that or they need renegotiation where, I remember in the previous Maddens, you could make a lot of money by selling drinks and barbecue chicken and stuff in your stadium, and that gave you a bunch of like real life cash. If you could renegotiate and just cut a guy a check because you earned a lot of money as an owner, that would be cool. If they brought that back or included that somehow, because that's what the Eagles kept doing. Alshon Jeffrey, you're only going to make $1 million against the cap, but we're going to guarantee you and cut you a check for 15. That's what teams do in real life all the time. That's how the Rams keep re-signing all their guys, because they're in cap hell too on the game, but in real life they're balancing it because they're just cutting checks. Stan Kroenke owns like 3/4 of California or something crazy like that. I don't know.
So shifting gears a little bit, kind of getting away from trade talk and salary cap and all that. The next thing we have to look at is the multiverse of madness, the PS5. Landing these bad boys has been something to navigate. I know I got incredibly lucky. I had a buddy basically sold me one at retail price. Dre, I think you got yours off of the PlayStation Direct store, right?
Yeah, I actually got 3. After they went live with the little show and they went first order from pre-orders, we got one on Best Buy and one on Amazon, and then also got one on PlayStation Direct right before they came out as well. So I got really lucky. Getting 3 allowed me to sell 2 and then pay for the Xbox that I got through Microsoft. So yeah, but it's tough. You definitely have to have notifications on for all the people who say it's for sale, like Wario and whoever else, and then have your links open and have 2 or 3 devices going. I know I had a laptop and my phone and just had it. Don't go to sleep. Both of them open. Kept tapping the screen and hoping for luck. Pretty much.
I know release night, I was working third shift, so I was up all night and I had everything open. I had a monitor at work, right? I had a monitor with Target, monitor with Walmart. Like I was ready to go, man. And I got to the final stages of checkout at Target, and then I kept getting some weird error, and I kept getting to the final stages of checkout with Walmart the next day, right? And I kept getting a weird error with that, and then the next day, right, my bank calls me and they're like, "Hey, we noticed these weird charges that tried to go through on your card last night. We just want you to know we caught it and we stopped it.
Oh man.
So I'm like, wait a minute. You're telling me I don't have a PlayStation 5 right now because of you.
That's painful.
I was hot, but thankfully I had a homie. I know Julian and Rambo, you guys haven't had the best of luck so far.
None.
Not at all. It's sad right now.
I grieve for you guys. Like, don't give up. I need you guys to get those PlayStation 5s right. We got too much stuff we got to do. Get one of them PlayStation 5s. Hurry up.
For example, today in the morning, there was a rumor drop at 3 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
And nothing happened. I went to sleep at around, what was it? 4:30.
Yeah.
And the drop happened at 6:35 Eastern. That's 3:30 a.m. Pacific for me. And I was asleep. I was mad.
Yeah.
I woke up notifications.
That's rough. I know we still have a lot of owners in the league still searching for our console. So you guys aren't alone. Keep the search up. The little dog with reindeer horns from Walmart. He's got your guys' back.
On the Walmart.
My recommendations: stay away from Walmart. Actually, you know what? No, I changed that. Don't stay away from Walmart anymore. They actually added bot protection. You have to have an account to check out with them. So sign up for an account with Walmart. Have your payment information stored on your Walmart account. Put the PlayStation 5 on a list on your account so that when they do restock, you can just go to your list and hit add to cart instead of having to click through and process through PlayStation or Walmart servers to get to the page. You can just hit add to cart from your list.
Yep.
Try that.
When I had like done the transaction on Walmart that my bank blocked, what I did, I had my cart, or I had the PlayStation 5 in my cart from the previous drop already. And then when it hit, I just hit checkout immediately. The key, though, a lot of people have talked about, if they do that, it removes it from their cart and it doesn't let it stay. The key, though, is once you have it in your cart, don't check out. Because if you go to checkout and it's in your cart, but it's not in stock, they remove it from your cart and throw it into save for later. So, like, if you're doing it and, like, there's 2 scheduled drops, the first drop, just add it to cart. And that will put you in position for the second cart to just hit checkout automatically. And that's what I did on the one that my bank blocked.
Okay.
So that works too. Target is tough now. You got to really know when they're going to have some in stock in real life, like as far as at your physical store. Go on Pop Finder, and then that'll tell you if they have any in stock, and you have to go to the store and talk to them. That's tough. Amazon is just clicking there first, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Best Buy, clicking there first, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Sony is clicking there and riding out the queue. I know it feels like it's taking forever, but I promise the time I got through, it was way on the end and said, you have an hour to go. Just kept making sure my page didn't close, and it just said.
The other day, I think Julian was down to 2 minutes left in the queue.
Yeah. That was 2 minutes.
I was I seen that you said 2 minutes, and I was like, yes. I was rooting for you. And then all the time goes by, and I'm like, it's been a lot longer than 2 minutes, man.
That's hell, man.
Yeah, I was 2 minutes to go into the store, and then I got a notification saying out of stock. And I was no, it hurt.
Yeah,
it just make sure you have push notifications. Make sure you have push notifications on for whoever tweets that you follow.
Yeah, for 5 accounts for 5 Twitters.
Yeah, it sucks. My phone goes crazy now because the person that I was able to click through, it's actually a page that posts when sneakers are dropping, but they also were doing PS5 links. So all day now, my phone was going crazy because there's some Reeboks or some crazy crap on sale. But every now and then, it's PlayStation's adding the queue in 5 minutes. So it's okay, let me try to get through. Yeah, because I'm at the point now where I'll just try to get through, get one, and then hit somebody up in the chat. Because in every Madden league I'm in for PS4, there's somebody who's trying to get one for PS5. So I know if I get it, I can find someone and let them get it for retail. because I'm not trying to make money off the PlayStation anymore. I'm just trying to get everybody their consoles.
Yeah.
I made my money already.
What I'm trying right now, it's like my last option is Mexican retailers, because I live over here in Mexico in the border. So I mean, I'm gonna start trying over here as well. It's gonna be a bit more expensive, but I mean, I just need it. It's gonna be like $100 more because of
Yeah, I think by the end of the month it'll be a lot better. Sony knows that they have the scene by the horns right now, so they're kind of riding it out. There's just no way that they're sold out today and then tomorrow somehow overnight they made 1,000 more.
Yeah.
They're slowly releasing this for a reason, to maintain hype, which is, it's what Nike does. They could release 1 million Jordans and no one would kind of camp out, but if they only release 20,000, now it's a hot commodity. So just be patient. Yeah, marketing. Don't go pay $1,000 or $1,200 like some of these people are doing just to get the console now. It's gonna come. Anybody charging you over probably $650 is, I would pass. That's just me though. I know some people don't care and they want to drop the 800 so they can stream it or whatever, but nah.
You mentioned Pop Finder. Pop Finder is like legit, right? So a couple days ago, right, Pop Finder on my phone was telling me there were like 4 targets around me that had like 30 consoles, and so I go 4 different targets. So I go to a couple of these targets, right, and the first one I go to, the employees are like, no, that's not right, we don't have that, that's not true, those sites are wrong. And the next one that I go to, I talk to the employee, he's like, yeah dude, that's right, we all have them. The thing about it though, we're only selling them online, we are not allowed to sell them in the store. Within the next few days they will be going up for sale. And sure enough, that big Target release that just went down, like that's what it was. So I think there was like 120 consoles in my area that were sold through Target, and like days before Pop Finder said they had them. So what you can do, watch Pop Finder, right, and buy yourself a red shirt, like a red polo, get yourself some khaki pants. You get my drift when it says that they have them there in the store? Red polo, khaki pants. Talking about like our owners that haven't got it, we got a bunch of guys still trying to get it. I know if you look at our waiting list, we have a pretty massive waiting list right now.
Yep.
A lot of guys on the waiting list have the console, but there's quite a few guys on the waiting list as well that do not have it. So those numbers are a little bit inflated, but I think we got a good group of guys waiting to get in the league. I think we got a lot of great guys. So I am excited to get things rolling. Let's see. The next topic that we have to look at shifts gears a little bit again. I ran an interview with Cobra, our Washington Redskins owner, or Washington football team owner. Any of you guys get a chance to check that out by chance?
I watched a little bit of it.
I watched it, yeah.
I didn't see it.
So, I don't know if we would call this a rivalry yet, but I feel like there's a little bit of heat that went down with the interview. Cobra called out one of our owners. I think he's the Browns owner. Let me check the coach's channel real quick. Yeah, Cobra called out our Browns owner, Young Baby Oil. They were in VML together for a hot minute, a league that a lot of our guys are in, and Cobra goes on a spiel talking about how Young Baby Oil ruined the team and then dipped out of the league. And I'd follow up in chat and basically post a clip of what was said, and tag Young Baby Oil in it to stir up drama, because that's what I do. And
Young Baby Oil is having week right now.
Yeah, Young Baby Oil basically downplayed it hardcore. I think Young Baby Oil is also one of the guys that is still searching for a PS5. So that rivalry might die before it really has a chance to get started.
Give it a couple of weeks, and Cobra will have somebody else he's beefing with. He's known for that.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, he's a good player though. I mean, he rarely wins championships. He won a championship in VML and didn't try to repeat.
Didn't he just recently win a championship in a league? Was it VML he just won it in?
In VML, and we had some mishaps go on, and some guys switched teams, and he knew things were changing up, and he left.
Did he win one in GDK recently as well, or no?
No. He usually doesn't win in GDK. He gets to the championship, and he kind of blows it every time, honestly. So,
so Cobra calls Young Baby Oil out on basically ruining a team and dipping, and that leads us into the topic of the importance of team building. I feel like this is something that we have like hit on already a few times, right? That has kind of come up in our conversation about the trades and all of that. What's your guys' take when it comes to the importance of team building? If there is something that you would say is like the most important thing you can do when it comes to team building, what is that?
Well,
I
mean, when you're signing players to your team and like free agency and stuff, you gotta be looking at your future re-signings in like in the following 2 seasons. Because you mess up 1 year, you're gonna mess up your whole probably 3 years, next 3 years.
Yeah.
And I love young players. I just hate old, but like 31 plus, I just can't have them.
Hey, I got a really good linebacker who's below 31 that I'll trade you. We can talk, okay? There's something I never do when it comes to like re-signing players. Backup offensive linemen, never sign your backup offensive lineman long term.
No.
I won't do it. Just draft a guy in free agency, or not free agency, but in the draft. There's no reason to sign a backup lineman.
No,
that's right. Just going to waste cap. The next topic that we have, it's kind of spinning a bit more off of
Sorry, I had to throw my charger on.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, as far as the team building thing, just the biggest thing I would say is whatever you're good at, maximize developing that. A lot of people try to be jack of all trades when it comes to developing things. Every week they're, okay, I'm going to work on the running backs this week and the offensive line this week, and defense line this week. And while that sounds really good, a team that's okay at everything sucks. A team that's really good at stopping the run or really good at stopping the pass is a lot better than a team that's okay at both.
On your guys' practices, do you guys change up who you focus on? I usually pick focus players, and like I train the same thing every single week and focus on the same thing for an entire season.
I do that for linemen the entire season.
Yeah, linemen. That's the hardest position to develop. So
yeah, I usually try to see if there's any superstars on my team who aren't hitting the overall threshold to unlock their slots, or X factors who aren't hitting the threshold to unlock their slots, and I develop them until they unlock everything, and then I'll go through and kind of pick up the slack with whoever maybe is a starter but is the lowest rated starter, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. I've never thought about looking at like the abilities and all that when considering who you upgrade. That's smart.
Yeah, because I know like superstar, they have to be 85 overall to have both their slots open. So say you have an 83 overall linebacker, like Devin Bush is a good example.
Yeah,
he's somebody I would just dev every week in the beginning of the season to get him to 85, and then I'll develop something else.
Yeah. The next topic we have, it kind of piggybacks again off of the Cobra interview. I'm not sure Julian or Dre would have a lot to say on this, but the topic of Amazing. Are you guys familiar with Amazing M?
I've never heard of him.
No.
Yeah, he's good. He's pretty good.
So Rambo, like I know Amazing to be amazing, right?
Yeah.
Rambo though, Rambo, or not Rambo, but Cobra was saying at one time Amazing was good, but what he no longer is that. And he cited some example where BZ whipped up on Amazing. And basically, Rambo claims that Amazing's lost it and he's now a bum. Have you been around Amazing this cycle at all?
I have, and I just think this iteration of Madden is taking some guys a lot longer to get used to than others. You know, things have changed. There's certain things that Amazing like to do that you can't do anymore in this Madden. You know, you can do quarterback contain and instantly shut down the rollouts. Now, you can't throw out routes anymore. You know, there's some stuff you just can't do. And Amazing's just adjusting to that right now. I think he'll be back.
Yeah. Shifting away from Amazing. It kind of though piggybacks off of that. What is the top team or the top division in the NFC? And I know that this is super hard to answer because like we don't know everybody, right? We don't know a lot. Like we still got to like figure out who's who. Like there's a lot of guys in the league that I don't even know. But when I look at the divisions that we have in the league, and the like guys I know, like the NFC East massively sticks out to me. Amazing is in there. Cobra claims that Amazing it doesn't have it anymore, and that BZ whips up on him. But like I don't know that. I've never seen that. What I've seen from Amazing, he's always a guy that competes at the top level. And when I look at the NFC East, not only is Amazing there, but Cobra is there as well. So Cobra will have a chance to put his money where his mouth is. And then there's also Canes in the division as well. And Canes is a guy that has, I know, of at least one Super Bowl win in MHU, which is a league that a lot of our guys are a part of. So like I look at that division and there are 3 guys I see right there that are Super Bowl level coaches. When you guys look at the NFC, is there a particular division that sticks out to you?
I mean, I don't know the users good enough, but based on just talent of the teams in the division, I'm going to always think the NFC West. I mean, they got 3 teams who could win the Super Bowl easily.
Yeah.
Based on the rosters alone. So if the users, have 2 thumbs on, and they're not cross-eyed, then they should be okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know the users enough.
Looking at the NFC West,
the NFC North is probably really soft. The Packers owner I heard is pretty good, but I don't know if anyone else in that division is pretty good. So
Packers might be okay. We'll see. The NFC West. Looking at that division, I know you'd pointed to the NFC West. Honestly, I don't feel like I have my thumb on any of those guys. Like the only one I've only ever somewhat a little bit interacted with is Bayman. I always hear people speak high of him, but I don't really know how good he is. Rambo, how good would you say Bayman is?
Bayman's pretty good, and he's got Metcalf, so he's going to be he really knows how to use those deep targets.
Yeah.
So he's going to be up there.
Nice.
T-Rob, he's pretty good. Ted Stern's pretty good. The only one that's really not that, I don't think he'll be comparable in that league is Zell. It's the only one probably. Yeah. He'll be okay.
Kind of shifting from the NFC side of things, peeking at the AFC. When I look at the AFC, hands down, like the division that sticks out is the AFC West. We have our commission there, Bread. I have dubbed Bread as Madden Jesus, maybe the best Madden player I think I've ever come to know over the years. The Broncos owner, Sundance, haven't really seen him be too active in things, but Sundance is a baller. He is a guy that will always compete at the top level, and even like I've seen him a couple seasons like take his losses right, but even when he has those rough seasons, like there is no easy game against Sundance. And then we also have in the AFC West Julian. So I believe, Julian, you have a Super Bowl win in other leagues, correct?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have one in mind and one in another one, but it's not like that special.
Yeah.
I would say.
I would say any Super Bowl win in a CFM is
Yeah,
legit.
but
There is one easy win though that you will have, or two easy wins you'll have from your division. The Raiders owner is a total bum. Trust me. I own the Raiders owner. Mex, I own him. He has never beat me in Madden, and I absolutely suck at Madden. Okay. I suck at Madden, and Mex has never beat me. So like, you guys will roll over Mex. He'll probably go like 0-6 in the division. Okay, so that'll be an easy win for you.
it'll be fun to play Brad. I
Yeah.
never played, so we'll see.
Every time I play Bread, I always go in like I hype myself up big time because like I want to get that upset win over him. And like one time, I think it was 2 cycles ago, like I had this like mastermind defensive game plan that I had like plotted up against him, and like I think I like shut him down in the first half, but I didn't adjust. I kept doing what I was doing, and he figured it out. I think I was running like a combo of like man and zone with like the main guy. I know he wanted double manned. But I don't remember how I was doing it. I think I was double manning like two guys, like his two top guys, while having zone going. Like I don't know, it was totally crazy, and like I was adjusting like mad adjustments every play, and I got him a little bit at first, but he adjusted. So
Nice.
Bread's good, but he won't beat Sundance.
you think?
Sundance is pretty good.
Maybe
What Bread
Sundance has
does-
gotten a lot better since I've last played with him because I've
Yeah,
always
Sundance
seen.
is. Oh, go ahead.
So Sundance, like the main memory I have of Sundance, he was I think Giants in the first year of MHU. And I remember that first season, like he absolutely balled out, and it was like an insane season, and like he was put up on a pedestal, but then he never delivered after that season. Like that's the main memory I have of Sundance, and being put up on a pedestal and not delivering. As
Yeah, I
far
don't
as
know
the AFC goes, is there any divisions that stick out to you guys? Or
Mm, I really don't know the users, so I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a problem that like we have with like a lot. Like we don't know a lot of the users. The two divisions that I specifically did mention, the one from the AFC and the one from the NFC, are divisions that are like full mainly of guys that I know.
Yeah.
So we'll figure a lot of it out as we go
It
along.
looks like the AFC is still missing the Patriots. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Sweets. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Sweets, but he codes. There's rumors he's coded for Madden before. I don't know if he's going to join or not.
That's interesting. I think we're waiting until like Saturday, and we're going to find out like who's like in a hopeless situation for a console, and we're going to try and replace a bunch of guys in one swoop. That's
And I see T Beezy. Beezy's in the AFC East. He'll get 0 wins more than likely. So
unless he plays amazing. I hear he's an amazing.
Are you guys familiar with Beezy?
No, but that's still funny. You say he's going to get 0.
Oh, he's horrible. He's horrible.
Listen. That the MHU league I've mentioned a few times, right? Beezy's so bad, they named an award after him. Like he was with like in the MHU league for like a couple seasons, right? And he had like 4 top 10 picks, right? And he drafts nothing but wide receivers, and they all sucked. He basically just took like the fastest 4 wide receivers with all of his first round picks, and so the league renamed like the award for like the worst owner in the league to the Beezy Award, and now like every season they give out every cycle they give out a Beezy.
He tell me if I'm wrong or not, B, but didn't he draft a receiver in the first round that was like an 86 speed receiver? Like 86 speed, 87 acceleration.
I might not remember exactly. I don't remember that. The main thing I remember, his top pick, I think it might have been the number 1 overall pick. He drafted like a 68 overall wide receiver. It's glorious.
That's Beezy. That's Beezy.
Yeah. Beezy's fun. I like him. And like I got love for the guys who suck at Madden because I'm right there with them. But we got like 2 more topics, and then we'll be wrapping this up, guys. So we've already kind of hit on this, but I want to like basically like we talked about like what are the best divisions in the league. I want to shift gears a little bit. Who are the best players in the league? And there are 2 guys that stick out to me. And number 1, right off the bat, is Bread.
Here we go again with this bread stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to talk about who's the best. Wait, what'd you say, Rambo?
I don't respect Bread's gameplay.
You don't respect Bread's gameplay?
I've beaten Bread, and I'm not top tier. I beat him when he ran with the Chiefs when they were a regular team.
Yeah.
All Bread's victories are based off of him running with the Chiefs.
All I know is Brad has hyped up Bread to no end, and I was in the league before, and Brad was getting his head knocked off regularly. He's not a bad player, but he's not this mammoth. It's like Brad hypes him up like he's the undefeated Steelers, kind of like, oh, what are we gonna do? And he's like the Dolphins.
Nah, man. He's not like the Steelers. He's not like the 11-0 Steelers. He's not gonna go 16-0 in the regular season. But he's Tom Brady. Once he gets in the playoffs, once he gets to the big dance, like he's gonna have the heaviest hand in the end of the cycle. Like if I was a betting man, I would put down money that Bread will have at least 2 Super Bowl. Wait, actually, no, I'm going to take that back because like we might get 3 seasons out, right? Because we're starting midway of the cycle. I would bet money that Bread will have at least 1 Super Bowl within the first 3 seasons. First 3 seasons, Bread will have 1 ring.
My Cash App is ready. My Cash App is ready. Great. My Cash App is, I don't care. Hey, the only way he gets it is because it's his league and he does some like player editing under the guise of the darkness of the moon or something.
Bread can definitely be beat.
Right before every major game, for some reason, like the speed of all the guys he's like playing, to like drop down to like 80 or something like that. Like all the 90 plus speed guys, their speed will randomly drop down to 80 for some reason. But the last topic we're going to talk about, like I say that Bread, he's not like the 11-0 Steelers. He's more like Brady. He'll take his losses in the regular season, but when it comes to the last dance, right, he'll be standing on top. However, Dre, are you the 11-0 Steelers? I think you got what it takes to go 19-0. You've gone 16-0 in a regular season a few times, right? The league we were doing.
Like I said, I always lose that first playoff game when I do that. So I feel like it's bad luck. Maybe I put too much pressure on myself or something, but I don't know. I'm shooting for like 14 though. I definitely want to lock up the 1 seed, get the bye, and then have everyone travel to the Lambeau Field and play in the snow and deal with Aaron Rodgers in the snow. That should be fun on Next Gen.
So I know you've had these like monster 16-0 seasons, right? Have you won a Super Bowl before?
I won a Super Bowl before, but not when I've won 16-0. I've been like 15-1 and won it. I went like 9-7, snuck in the playoffs and won it before, but when I go 16-0, I don't know what happens. I usually catch like the Cinderella team in the first round of playoff or second round of playoffs and get beat by a field goal or something fluky.
It happens.
Okay, well here's what I need to happen. I need you to go 18-0 and get to the Super Bowl, right? And then we'll have Bread slide in with his 9-7 with like a 9-7 season, right? And he'll make it to the Super Bowl. He'll get in with like 9. He'll get into the playoffs with 9 wins, right? He'll be Cinderella. He can get to the Super Bowl with like a 9-win regular season, and then you'll be sitting there 18-0. And then we'll have Brady versus Steelers. That's what we need to happen, okay? So I need you to get there 18-0.
If that happens, I'm gonna smack him around. If that happens, I'm gonna smack Brad around. I've seen enough. I'm gonna smack him around.
Okay.
Not worried about him. It's going to have to be somebody else. If I'm in the Super Bowl in the NFC, it's going to be somebody else out of the AFC for me to be concerned. If it's Brad, that's free money. That's free. You might as well put my name on the trophy. Get the Aaron Rodgers graphics ready. That's just
He's not that great.
Listen. Okay,
He's not
we're not having trophies.
Rambo,
there are no trophies. There are no trophies in this league. No trophies.
Maybe I can get some emotes, some custom emotes or something.
No, we're not having emotes. You'll just have to wait and see. I got something in the works. But on that note, we're gonna wrap this up. And those of you who checked it out, thank you. We appreciate it. We look forward to doing more stuff like this. Julian, thank you for being a part. Dree, thank you for being a part. Major shout out to Rambo. He wasn't even supposed to be here. And basically the call had already started and we had an open seat and he jumped in like a champ. So major
Brett ain't that good.
Closing words. Brett ain't that good.
See, he's in my division. We'll see.
Later.
Later.